What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
Hey, Happy New Year, Beyond Ringside Radio Network. It is corner to corner time once again. It is Sunday night, and the boys are in the house. The triple threat is live from the corner to corner headquarters. What's going on? I'm Stan Grubb, and of course, the tag team partners directly in front of me this evening, Rob Hefner.
Holla, holla.
And Brian
Hey,
Taylor.
it's 2017. Can you come up with something new besides, hey, everybody?
Nope. I don't do new.
Like, hi,
I don't do that.
everybody. Would you like to rub my corns?
Whoa. And moving on, Brian Taylor, how are you?
Is it me you're looking for? Hey, sometimes I bust out a song.
And sometimes
we get canceled. That's been fun on Corner to Corner. See y'all later.
oh, go ahead, a great new year and good night.
Yeah.
And of course, on the
Now
board,
playing in this time slot, the sounds of silence.
That's my bit.
joining us as usual this evening on the board, Fast Eddie Lane. What's up, Eddie?
Gentlemen, I hope everybody's having a great kickoff to 2017. And as we launch, we also have new affiliates. Want to say hello to everybody picking us up for the first time on the Radio FM app for all formats.
Wow. Hello there, Radio FM.
Radio FM.
I'm almost famous. Nothing.
And now dead air. Awesome.
Nothing.
Welcome to Radio FM. And then nothing. Way to go, Stan. It's like,
I thought
great
maybe
show.
Eddie had another affiliate to put out there, but no.
The people are tuned in. They're like, ooh, cool, corner to corner. What's this? Is it working? Anything?
Do not adjust your laptops, portable devices, iPads.
Keep your hands on the steering wheel.
It does get better.
So it's been a heck of a few weeks. Wrestling news is all over the place, starting with Wrestle Kingdom 11 in New Japan.
Oh, yeah.
An amazing 5-hour pay-per-view. Let me
Now-
say that again. 5 hours.
Well, see, the difference between Wrestle Kingdom 5 hours and, like, American
5
pay-per-view 5 hours is, like, 3.5 hours of talking, 2 hours of wrestling.
Oh, WrestleMania.
like, Wrestle Kingdom is 5 hours of wrestling.
Legitimately 5 hours of wrestling.
I mean, right off the bat, Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan, January 4th, kicking off the new year in a big, big way. Billy Gunn debuts in the, what did they call it? Is it like a Rumble? It had a Royal Rumble gauntlet match feel. So every 90 seconds, another guy comes down to the ring. You still start off with two. And they had legends come out there. They had, current stars and a returning Scott Flash Norton, who came back in a brutal fashion, hitting people with power bombs, which I love Scott Norton anyway, so that was really cool. And then, of course, the matchup that everyone is talking about, and we will get to it, this could be the match of the year for the remainder of this year.
Already.
40 minutes long, 46 minutes to be exact. Kenny Omega, the Cleaner, challenging Okada, the Rainmaker, for the IWGP Championship in a match that is being heralded truly as certainly the match of the year, but it could be the greatest in recent memory within maybe the past decade.
I would tend to agree. Sorry, Rob distracted me.
Dirty Rob.
Junior varsity over here, just screwing around. I'm just a place filler, guys. I mean, jump on in anytime you want.
You just said I was junior varsity, and then you want me to talk?
We got
I was talking
new
about me,
listeners.
shark.
They you in the drive-through.
New listeners, and we're already screwing it up.
And then,
No, and then.
Yeah. So, Wrestle Kingdom was quite amazing, though.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like 5 hours. I was kind of upset, though.
Uh-oh. You were upset?
Not really like perturbed upset, but I thought the story of Kenny winning the G1 Climax, the first foreigner to win it,
Yep.
then getting a shot at Okada and not walking away with the title, to me didn't really make sense. But then that was answered the next night on New Year's Dash.
Right. So talk to us about New Year's Dash. We, of course, will go back into Wrestle Kingdom and kind of go back and forth. So the story plays out in New Year's Dash.
Yes, because the return of, and you're going to have to forgive me, because a lot of these names I may butcher, even though I've written them down.
Okay.
The return of Suzuki Gun.
Suzuki Gun, yes. There was a lot of chatter the next day about this. So some of the members of Suzuki Gun I recognized. I don't know their names very well either, but I recognize some of them.
Taka
Michinoku was
right,
on.
and then Davey Boy Smith.
Oh, Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Yes.
And that would mean Lance Hoyt, or Lance Archer. What? That guy. Killer Elite Squad.
Right.
And Suzuki Gun. There we
Right.
go.
And then, because they didn't really talk about who the rest of the members were, other than the main guy.
And they beat the crap out of Okada.
Right, well, not just Okada, but Chaos.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I think it's Chaos. Yeah, Chaos. So they caught like almost the entire group and just pretty much laid them out, and that crowd went nuts for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think even Roppongi Vice, and I don't know if they're Chaos, came out and they got knocked around by a Suzuki Gun.
I think they are Chaos, yes.
So, but I mean, they basically took out everybody, right? And this would make the fourth faction that is at least probably 10 people.
Seems like there's a lot of big factions in New Japan.
Yes.
But of course, at any given moment, you've got the Bullet Club, which is everywhere, and then most of the factions that are in New Japan, though, are only in New Japan.
Right.
You don't really see anything as far as like Suzuki Gun or any of the others, really stateside.
Right.
So, of course, kind of getting back into Wrestle Kingdom, how about the Bullet Club recapturing the Ring of Honor World Championship? Adam Cole, baby! Winning the title back from Kyle O'Reilly. Ryan, what did you think about this matchup?
I thought it was pretty solid. I didn't know it was on the card and was quite shocked when I saw it. But that was a very quick title reign for O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And we may cover the reason, speculation here in a little bit. But I thought it was a pretty decent match. It was a shame, though, that the Bullet Club lost the junior heavyweight titles earlier in the night, plus the heavyweight tag titles right after Cole. So it didn't fare too well.
Was it really Bullet Club's night?
Yeah, it was not really their night. No, I was a little disappointed. You know what I mean?
Now, I'm still catching up on Wrestle Kingdom because it was 5 hours and in the midst of a whole lot of stuff going on with me aside from that. What were some of your other thoughts about the show as far as what stood out?
I will say this. The last 4 matches were probably the best 4 matches that I've seen put together like back to back in a long time. And if you take those 4 matches, I mean, it's almost like the segment, the card of the year,
Mm-hmm.
that top half of that card, I thought every last match was great, spectacular. There were highs, lows. You really felt in tune with the wrestlers. I mean, they put together great matches.
Now, of course, Wrestle Kingdom 11, New Year's Dash, and the events coming up here within the next few months. All of this is found on New Japan World. That's njpwworld.com. If you go to this website, you can actually sign up and access all of this content from all the way back to 1973, all the way up through most recently the New Year's Dash event. And the approximate cost of this, and I say approximate because you have to convert it from yen
to
the U.S. dollar, about $9, right?
Yes.
Not bad when you think about all that content. Plus, 5 hours alone for wrestling.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
I was excited to watch it, but I was like, I'm not going to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning to watch a pay-per-view. I got up at like 7 o'clock the next morning. I said, well, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to play a video game and watch Wrestle Kingdom. And they were in the final match, Okada and Omega. And I was like, well, crap. Well, I'll just watch it from here. And I was like, no, I'm not going to spoil it. I'll cut it off. Come back later.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock, they were still in Okada and Omega.
Yeah.
Every bit of 5 hours. And so I waited till a little bit later and just started from the beginning.
Twitter was going berserk.
Yeah.
I was up pretty early. That was a Tuesday. Pretty early Tuesday morning. Or Wednesday morning. Whatever. I was up pretty early on that day. So Twitter's going crazy. People are posting GIF files of different moves, one of which is ridiculous. Kenny Omega going up and over the top rope, out onto Okada, into the crowd, which was insane. The amount of punishment those guys were putting their bodies through was ridiculous.
Well, if you want to see punishment, there's only one. The highlight of that night would be when Beretta, I'm pretty sure that's it, from Roppongi Vice.
Oh yeah, Trent Beretta
did the suicide dive, and nobody was there to catch him.
Yes, I did see that.
He was every bit of about 15 to 20 feet in the air, and he landed right on his back.
Yeah.
And that was one of those moments.
Right.
There you go, Eddie. And that was in the second match. So there were a lot of... I watched it, and he's every bit 15, 20 feet up in there. So
yeah, that wasn't a pretty landing, and it's not the fall that hurts so much; it's the sudden stop.
Right.
Is what we're told, anyhow. So, go ahead, Eddie.
I'm sorry, I was just laughing. It's not the fall; it's the sudden stop.
Yeah,
that's the rumor.
That was funny.
The last thing that went through his mind. His feet.
But how would you even? Oh, we want you to do. You got to do this. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna jump really high, and we're all gonna move. We're not gonna catch you.
Yeah, we're not catching. We're not gonna touch any part of your body. Like, we're gonna be in the corners as you're in the air. You're not gonna be nobody. You're gonna fall right on the floor.
And the GIF file doesn't do it justice because all you see is him going up, over, and then flat. But you don't see the guy standing around going, "Hey, look, he's gonna die." it's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
And
he says no. They add 0.
So, to the best of my knowledge, he's okay.
Yeah,
that was a messed up bump.
Because he was the next night. He seemed okay. Maybe that's why they got the tag titles. Maybe they were all sitting in the back. It was a dare, Hey, if you pull this off, you can have the junior tag titles.
Granted, you can't walk tomorrow. Here's your
You won't be able to defend them.
I will also add on that match, though, Rocky Romero is now a 7-time junior tag team champion.
Jeez.
And apparently,
that's gotta be some kind of record.
Yeah, that's a record, or very, very close to the record. So congratulations to him. That was a very, very well done match. So.
Man. So New Japan really stole the holiday.
Oh, they lit it up.
They
lit it up.
They set the bar at a very, very high level.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, in 2 days, I watched 8-9 hours worth of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
And you'd think in 9 hours you'd have picked up some of the language, but it's still.
Oh no! Now, wait! Let me tell you something though, because I think the longer I watch this, I will start picking it up.
Right.
Because knowing some of the moves.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then hearing how things are said, especially like not the announcers, but the ring, the people that bring the guys down to the ring.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And just listening to them, not the announcers, because they have the people that. What Lillian Garcia is? What's Lillian?
A ring announcer.
A ring announcer.
Is that it? Okay, whatever. Whatever then. Whatever. But listening to them, you
Go
can.
back to your phone, Rob.
Yeah. Go play Mahjong.
Mahjong.
Yeah, he played Mahjong.
Which form?
What are you doing over there?
So, but anyway, so listening to them and knowing certain things, I can kind of, picture, these words in my head now. So, however, there is one name I'd like both of y'all to take a crack at.
Okay.
And see if y'all can announce it.
You have it written down?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to stand up here and look at it.
We're going to start with Los.
Okay, now this is, Brian's got this written down. He's written down the entire card. And this is the Never Six-Man Tag Championship.
Mm-hmm. This is Naito's group.
Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Really?
Is that right?
Yeah, no.
Thanks, Eddie. You're the best. Rob, want to give it a try?
Nope.
Hey, at least I tried.
What is it?
It's,
right here.
Right there.
Los Ingobernables
That's better.
de Japón.
Yeah. I've tried for a week and I still couldn't do it.
So Eddie, how's it pronounced?
I'm trying to look up the way it's exactly spelled because I've seen it I saw it on the T-shirt when I was watching New Japan the other night, and I've seen it all over the place. And any other time, you actually that was Rob just a second ago, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had it pretty much right. It's Los Ingobernables. Son of a bitch.
Hi, congratulations. And the ice has been broken, ladies and gentlemen.
Hashtag hell damn ass. I only quoted Tony Stark in the Avengers. Ingobernales. Nobles. I'm sorry, there is a B in there. I keep forgetting about that last B. That's what happens when you've only been married once. You forget about the second B.
But it's like a Mexican term.
It really
for a
is.
group of Japanese wrestlers.
It really is.
It's crazy.
Well, see, let me give you this one to consider because one of the promotions that we follow very closely on Back to Basics on Tuesday, Rockstar Pro out of Dayton, Ohio, they're on one of their championships is called the American Lucha Core Championship. They combine traditional catch-as-catch-can with the Lucha Libre with the hardcore style. The belt has been defended in Rockstar Pro. It's also been defended in Combat Zone, IWA on Mid-South, and a few other different promotions, but it's based out of Rockstar. So that's why when you look at it, it's like, why in the hell are they calling it the American Lucha Core? It's like, do some homework, think about it, and figure it out. That's why you have a very strong influence, whether it be AAA CMLL coming all the way over to New Japan, All of the above, the IWGP. And that's why they can get away with a Spanish pronunciation for a faction in the heart of the land of the rising sun, such as Los Ingobernables.
But it was funny all night long listening to Steve Corino pretend that he couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah, I know.
It was the best.
But see, here's the funny part about it. It's meant to be messed up. But by the same token, remember, do you know the translation for it?
No.
Those who will not be governed.
What is it?
Those who will not be governed.
Huh.
That's a cool name. I'd rather just have that.
In other words,
I got to tell, tricky with it.
In other words, what Rob likes to tell Stan every once in a while, and so does Brian, you're not the boss of me.
Fine.
He finally took his name off the logo.
And I will have to say, though,
I had that off in 2 weeks. As soon as he...
I will have to say, I think that faction is probably the most over faction.
It's fun.
And they are straight bad guys in New Japan.
Yeah.
They're like the NWO,
No.
true NWO of New Japan. If you're going to equate something to them,
Wolfpack. DX.
yeah, and they're straight bad guys.
They're supposed to be, yeah, but the thing about it is they're once again tremendously over. And where you've got the other factions where you can't tell if they're the mainstream American audience can't really tell if Chaos or Roppongi Vice or the Bullet Club, it doesn't matter. You've got some groups there, some teams there that you really at first glance can't tell, because when Roppongi Vice comes to Ring of Honor, they get pops. They get cheered. When Chaos comes to Ring of Honor, it's a mixed bag. When the Bullet Club comes, everybody cares, but nobody cares if they're supposed to be heel or face.
Right.
Well, it's kind of like Ospreay too, because he's in Chaos, and when he's with Chaos, he acts like a bad guy to the point where he'll cheat, openly cheat, and then when he gets over here in Ring of Honor, he's straight.
He's a big guy, yeah.
Right? He's straight baby.
I mean, it's kind of like with a lot of people want to cheer the Bullet Club domestically because of the Young Bucks. Regardless of whether or not they're supposed to be bad guys or good guys, people love the Jackson Boys. Even Matt Hardy, the Monkeys of Spot.
Bucks of Youth.
Yes, them too. And y'all heard what happened recently on Ring of Honor television, right?
Yeah, with Matt Hardy.
No, with Vanguard 1.
What?
Oh, no, I haven't heard this one.
Tell us this.
Vanguard 1 made appearance on Ring of Honor television. It got super kicked by the Bucks.
Come on. He super kicked the drone?
They super kicked the damn drone. You know how much those damn things are $1,100 each.
No, Vanguard 1, no!
But speaking of the Bullet Club, something tells me that with the way, with Wrestle Kingdom and New Year's Dash, that they may be pulling out and not wrestling so much in New Japan and more in Ring of Honor or something like that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they literally, had them do the JOB all the way down the line. I think the only two Bullet Club matches where they won, I think, was Adam Cole, and then the next day was Page and what's his name, the Japan Pimp, Takahashi. Yeah, when they defeated Gun and Tatsu.
So, what about the debut of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes?
You can't say Rhodes.
Yeah, you can't say Rhodes. It's just Cody.
I just said Rhodes.
It's Cody.
Rhodes.
Dirty Rhodes.
Rhodes.
You can say Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty.
No, you can't say Dusty Rhodes. Damn that, Cody.
So the American Nightmare,
Right.
Cody, debuts in New Japan. What were your thoughts? I mean, his entrance was great.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool.
I love his T-shirt.
Yep.
I will buy a T-shirt.
So, by your description, the way the Bullet Club was laid out there for this show at New Year's Dash doesn't really sound like there was a strong presence for them, especially comparative with last year.
Right.
So, to your point...
Well, I forgot. Cody did win, too, so that would have been 3 out of maybe 8 or 9.
So is
Bullet
it
Club
possible
matches.
that they're kind of like what they did with the Elite? They moving new people in so they can...
Phase the old one
Yeah.
out? I mean, that's possible. I don't see how the Young Bucks can keep doing what they're doing without settling down.
Right.
Because they're all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kenny has got bigger and better things on the horizon. Here's a case in point. So, if your Bullet Club are supposed to be bad guys, and during the Okada match, you have the Elite out there, Kenny and the Young Bucks,
Mhm.
yet the Young Bucks don't really get involved at all in 40 minutes. I think they set up a table. You know, they never, I don't recall them ever really doing anything to Okada. Even when Kenny, you know, was on top in the match.
Right.
And he was outside the ring. You know, after being hit with the Rainmaker, they didn't jump up there to distract the ref and have one of them super kick. There was nothing. There was none of it. So something, you know, again, it just, the setup didn't make sense to me. So I think something, maybe with Cody takes lead, and Omega's out. The Young Bucks go with them.
So we finally got Eddie to admit that he liked the Bullet Club, and now they're being pushed out.
Yeah, now they're being phased out. Way to go, Eddie! Just ruin it for everybody.
I don't think they're being phased out. I just think it's a different phase of the Bullet Club.
Right.
Because you got guys coming up,
Mhm.
and you've got Cody, who has never really gone on the local circuit. You know, he's never gone to the other federations. He was strictly WWE for years and did whatever they said.
Yep.
Well, now he's the new cast off from WWE per se. He's got a new life in his career, and that's why he's going to retake Omega's spot, because Omega's going to then it's reverse. You know,
Right.
Omega's going up or over,
Right.
and then I think that's what I see. It's going to be a new generation. You're going to have new people come up.
Mhm.
The Young Bucks will go somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I think with him winning the G1 Climax and then the match with Okada, I think Kenny is now almost at a level that nobody else is at.
You kind of get the feeling he's in rarefied air. I mean, he's really at a level right now where he could be considered the best in the world.
Correct. That's probably pretty accurate. So, I mean, he doesn't disappoint promos. He doesn't disappoint in the ring. He can wrestle anybody's pace, you know. So
You're talking about Omega, right?
yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you know that John Cena posted a photograph of Kenny Omega on his Twitter account.
You see
Yes.
that? Did you see that, guys? There's thunder being stolen. Yes, we were going to get to that.
Yeah, and see that I think that's the other thing too is last year you heard rumors about Kenny in the WWE.
Yes.
And
the Young Bucks.
ever since then Kenny has done his best to just be like, nah,
Not going to
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Now if Kurt Angle had done that, well, we would have been shocked when Kurt Angle shows up at the Rumble.
Right.
And that's indeed when he is. And I think Kenny's just blowing hot air. His contract's up in, I think, May with New Japan.
Well, I mean, though, much
Could
like
they re-sign him? Because he's got to be one of those ones that's going to bring a premium price.
what you look at with a guy like Kenny Omega is a lot of it is money motivated, but it's also position and scheduling. So for while they are running at a hardcore pace for a few months out of the year, much like TNA did or does, WWE, if he goes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but with the brand split, though, do they still run the same pace they ran last year?
I think they're working more.
Yeah, there's more house shows going on now than there was before. Because on Raw, when you're watching it on TV, there's a SmackDown house show, and on SmackDown, when you're watching that on TV, there's a Raw house show. So you've already got 2 more shows a week. So
it's not really 2 more shows because you had Raw and then
SmackDown running on the same night.
But they weren't wrestling somewhere else that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like AJ Styles would have been on Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
Well, now he's on a house show and SmackDown.
Right.
So it's not really.
I got what you mean. I think from a cost perspective, it's probably increased. But yeah, I see what you mean. I would think that, and Kenny Omega has said it himself in recent interviews, that he wants to be the indie guy that doesn't go to WWE, which usually is the precursor to being signed by WWE.
Yeah. He's taking the same press release that AJ Styles used.
Exactly. And AJ Styles almost to a T, did that. He's like, well, I'll just be the guy that never goes to WWE.
Right.
And a few months later, hey, guess who signed with WWE at the Royal Rumble? Ah!
Right.
It's going to be an interesting few weeks here. We've got 3 weeks to the Royal Rumble. God,
3 weeks.
can't believe it. We're used to having
think
one every 2
WWE
weeks.
I'm having withdrawals.
Where's the pay-per-view?
I mean, is WWE capable of building up an event 4 weeks out? 3 weeks out.
Well, the good thing about this is it's just a battle royal. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot. There's a couple storylines, but there's not many.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you've got Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens with the
Oh my
shark
God,
cage above the ring.
Here we go again.
You've got AJ Styles versus John Cena for the WWE title.
Now, I will say, and I could be wrong because I often am, but after the promo Tuesday night,
Mm-hmm.
it seems more John Cena's going more straight edge, like hard edge.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not being that, hey, I'm the guy,
Right.
and he's not being that villain that we all want him to be. But he
Right.
is tiptoeing his, I don't care who you are, come on, which is cool. But I just don't think. Never mind.
So
No, go and say it. Wait a second. Wait a
Go ahead.
second. We trying to clam up on
No,
it.
I just think, when you're trying to build your undercard, you're trying to build your other talent. You got your part-timer, even though he doesn't want to be called one. You got a
Don't tell him
part-timer in
that.
John Cena.
right.
You put him right back in the front of the line. This is circa 1980s with Hogan. Hogan goes and films a movie,
Same 5
comes
moves.
back,
Same 5 moves.
gets a title, keeps the title until the next movie comes up, and
Wow.
then leaves. I mean,
Hollywood John Cena.
you're spending all this time developing your talent. You got AJ Styles, and you had the Dean Ambrose storyline.
right.
You had this, and then you brought Baron Corbin into the storyline.
Which is cool, by the way.
Then now, oh wait a minute, Dean gets the IC title,
Also cool.
and boom, John Cena's back.
Yay,
Cena!
But
It's like they've
it's
got
the
a
way
John
you
Cena
reward 'em.
returns in a glass case sitting there. and
In
looking,
case of
Break
emergency,
it,
bring
you know,
John Cena.
like,
They should break it on Raw though, not SmackDown. SmackDown.
oh, and so we even bringing that up?
Oh,
What?
let's not do it just yet because we got our first break of the night. When
Oh,
we
the new
come
year, he
back,
finally remembers the damn breaks.
when we come
He
back,
shushed me. Did you see that? He put his finger up. Shh.
That's why he's the boss.
Last time
right?
you got shushed, you're picking that
This is
finger
what
out
you
your
do.
face.
This is what I want you to do.
That's why he's the boss, Rob. We just need to accept it.
When
Still
we
waiting for
come
my
back,
damn T-shirt.
we'll be talking about T-shirts, Raw, SmackDown, new
TNA.
ownership for TNA, the return of some people to TNA, the departure of others, and repackaging that just makes us.
Rich is gone. Rich is gone. Rich is gone.
And with that, we'll be right back here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network, right here for Corner to Corner. See you in a few minutes.
What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Runner, Fast Eddie Lane, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs Ask your parents, for those of you, that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and, of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to Corner Wrestling Radio. The Triple Threat is live again. 2017 is upon us, and we are coming off of the conversation about Wrestle Kingdom and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, one more thing about New Japan.
New Japan! Lariato!
So later in the year, the G1 Climax is coming to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
Yes.
I don't know about you,
And I'm
I've
not
had a
sure
big
if it's
issue
ever
with
been
Brian
done.
saying climax so many times.
You didn't have an issue when I did it to you.
Oh.
Get off me.
Damn,
Get
when
off
did...
me.
This is getting awkward.
Get off me.
Oh, it's not so funny now when somebody comes back on you.
But yeah, so I think it might be one of the first and only times that it's ever been held
That's really cool.
outside of Japan.
So, hey, if you want to fly us out to the West Coast, we'll be happy to watch the G1 tournament right there in Los Angeles.
Right to the freebie.
Hey, of course. That's what we do here. You guys were having a good conversation just a moment ago. I was hoping you would maybe share your insight here as we're getting towards WWE conversation, to WWE land, and how Rob's looking for a shakeup and Brian's got a thought as to how the Rumble is going to play out. Before we start talking about the UK tournament, which we will talk about a little bit because it's coming up, guys, as we head to the Royal Rumble, it's that time of year where predictions headed towards WrestleMania and all the different implications it can have. We know there's, pun intended, rumblings of Kenny Omega. We know that there is, still pun intended, rumblings of Samoa Joe coming up to the main roster at the Rumble.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle has even hinted that hinted in Kurt Angle speak means, hey guys, I'm coming back.
Hire me, please.
Right. I need a job. So, what do you think? What happens at the Royal Rumble? Do we see a shakeup like Rob's looking for towards WrestleMania? Brian, do we see... What do you think? Come on, somebody.
Rob, you
Anybody.
go first?
Go ahead.
No, you go
first.
No.
No, I'm not.
I mean, I would like to see the club back together. I mean, you built this whole thing up, and then the brand split comes, and it's gone.
Without a trace.
Well, did I just take your thunder?
Yeah, that was my thunder, buddy.
And it's getting stolen all over the place.
But, I mean, the Rumble, the thing I look forward to about the Rumble...
I'm a choppy, you pee-pee.
Wait, what? And it's awkward again.
Dial 91.
Help me.
No. I mean, I enjoy the Rumble for the surprise factor. You know, the thing that you can count on is the fact that number 1 and 2, unless number 1 or 2 is Braun Strowman, they're going to fight until number 3 or 4 come in, and then they're going to do the normal thing where they all lay down, and then whoever comes in new is going to be like, you know, and then once it's time to throw everybody out, everybody gets thrown out. Some will roll under the ring and just lay there. You know, kind of like the ladder matches where it's like supposed to be a free-for-all, but then it's really just a singles match with all these people laying around.
Yes.
But it's just, you know.
Rob,
do I want to see John Cena? What?
I will go ahead and put this to y'all now. First, third, second, third, third. Who wants to pick what third Strowman will come in? You can't duplicate. You all got to have one. And tell you what,
Wait, what number he comes in?
First, third, second, like a roulette wheel. First, third, second, third. And Brian, you get first slice of the pie.
I'm gonna say first.
Brian goes first, third. Rob,
third.
Which means
That's only second.
Stan gets second, third. Y'all are gonna.
I think
You're always
probably-
getting seconds.
Actually, I should have taken second, third.
No, too late now. Can't take back.
Now you get thirds.
No take backs.
Yeah, no take back.
I think Braun comes out in the middle of the pack, eliminates about 8 or 9 guys, and then Sami Zayn chucks them out.
My prediction was Strowman will come out number 17.
A second, third.
Yep, I win. Thanks. Woohoo! What's my prize?
Not a damn thing.
Damn it!
I'm winning at home game.
I hate these contests.
Here,
I think
for you and you alone can play C2C radio show at home.
Yay!
Strowman eliminates Goldberg.
What?
No.
Yes.
Nope. Lesnar finds a way to eliminate Goldberg. That way they set up the WrestleMania match.
I think Goldberg and Lesnar pull each other out. They fight. They roll over the ring. They go out. They keep fighting all the way to the back. And it's one of those things of like neither one of them really get eliminated.
And then they both turn around and
get out.
And then they both turn around and laugh at Roman Reigns' merch check.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that.
We come here for 2 days and we sell more than you.
So, Roman Reigns made a crack at John Cena.
Allegedly.
No. Yeah, on Twitter about his merchandise check.
No, made the crack about Kevin Owens.
You're right. I'm sorry. Get it all mixed up. So, Roman Reigns is making fun of Kevin Owens and his merch check. John Cena chimes in. Not sure why, but chimes in and says, well, you guys are talking about merch checks. I'm over here doing work. And he's got a picture of himself, doing a deadlift as only John Cena can. It seems like, to Rob's description, Cena is tiptoeing, almost bravely just putting the finger to all the guys that are out there on either show.
Well, I think the thing about Cena is the thing that we talked about years ago, is Cena is in the same position that Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, the Hulk Hogan, all the guys, Bret Hart, the guys who were at the top have been. The difference is he stayed healthy
right
to a certain degree. He hasn't left to a certain degree. So the problem was that's where he ranked up the titles, kind of like Randy Orton. Randy Orton was in the right spot because he has 12.
Yeah.
God,
if he'd have come,
if Randy Orton would have come in, a few years earlier, a few years later, he'd be at like 5.
Or 2 if we're lucky.
Well, remember, if Randy hadn't had 2 major injuries, where would he be?
That's true. He did break his collarbone and his...
violate the wellness policy.
Yeah.
Twice.
Countless times.
But, I think that's where I think the problem that John Cena has is, one, it's cool to boo John Cena.
Beat up John Cena.
Thank
you.
But
John Cena's reached that... See, when Hogan reached this plateau, when he was the man, he would disappear for months at a time, making movies, doing whatever, and he would take the belt with him. But John Cena, he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have to finally just tiptoe him into part-time duty, because at what point... Because the last 3 years they've been at, what the hell do we do with John Cena?
Right.
We can't throw the title at him every week, but then again, we can't have him curtain jerking.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do with him? So now they, now he's back, and they're like, all right, what are we gonna do? And I think this year you'll see him win. He'll get the title soon.
Do you think with what they're setting up with Baron Corbin seemingly on the rise, that they'll do a feud with Corbin and Cena and have Corbin cost him the match against AJ?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No. I think...
Okay, contrarian. Why?
Okay, with the crowd chanting Undertaker the way that they did at Cena when Cena made his return to SmackDown, do not be surprised at the Rumble during the match Cena versus Styles for the championship, you hear the bell.
Huh. Well, that would be cool. At least that would be different.
Cena turns around, stares at the screen. It's got the lightning on it. Cena turns around. AJ Styles flying forearm. 1, 2, 3 out. Cena's now pissed at Undertaker. We have our match.
Wow.
You mean, Mister, I'm going to dig souls and dig holes, take souls, and then I'm going to actually buy. Never mind, I'm going home.
No, he's not going home.
He's going to Raw.
He's going to Raw.
Yeah. So, Raw's ratings have been getting thumped week in and week out.
Because it's the same crap.
And it's still not any good.
Right.
You have a roster of 50 people or whatever, but every week it's the same 5.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman,
Roman
Reigns. All right? There's your 5 main cards. And then you got Charlotte and Sasha. Oh, wait a minute, let's bring Bayley every once in a while. Let's punk Bayley out to Nia Jax or have Nia Jax, like seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You have a roster and talent, but it's the same every week.
How many times can we see T.J. Perkins and Brian Kendrick?
I don't know,
that's
but
true,
it's his last chance.
Again.
Years ago.
How much purple duct tape do they have? How do they make the ring purple? Like, how to make the ropes purple? Do they go wrap them?
I actually read something on Twitter where one of the fans in the audience said that it was duct tape.
It is.
Yeah.
I've been at SmackDown. I've been at Raw when they do it. Yeah, it's purple tape.
Yeah, eventually it's like, come on, man.
Well,
The ring guys are going, I don't have enough to do.
Well, this is why I don't think that The Undertaker and Cena is going to take place. I think they're going to bank on the name value of The Undertaker and put him on Raw. Because realistically, if McMahon is upset about anything, is that his flagship has now been beaten by the B team. And that's all SmackDown was designed to be, was the B team.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
That is their A show right now.
Correct.
SmackDown is the A team right now.
Well, see, I think coming out of the box, in my opinion, coming out of the box after the brand split, Raw did the most changes.
Yes.
The first Raw after the brand split was very NXT, very old school WCW kind of camera angles, interview styles. The announcers were away from the ring; they were up there. But then it got to, and it had more wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you went to SmackDown, and SmackDown was the same thing you'd seen every week.
Right. The very first SmackDown was not very good. I remember that.
It was the same stuff. Well, then it started changing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it has to do with, yes, your Universal Champion wasn't healthy, so you had to switch on that, whatever. But you touted the Cruiserweight division, and it's the same thing every week. It's a singles match, and then either another singles match or a 3-way or a tag team.
6-man tag, yeah.
It's all that. I mean, I would love to see Rick Swann join New Day. I would love to see New Day take the tag titles back. They form a faction, and then whoever doesn't hold the tag title gets the U.S. title.
Mm-hmm.
So they have their own little faction of all the titles. Kind of do one of those things. Make fun of it. Do what New Day's been doing. But it would be different.
Yeah, I've noticed that the cruiserweights don't interact with the main roster.
It's like they're not allowed to.
Right.
Well, it's designed to keep them separate. But it would be like if you take NXT matches and you put them on Raw or SmackDown. You would keep them separate because it's supposed to be a separate entity,
right?
But it's on your show. And it shouldn't be on your show because I agree with Rob. But I would like to see Cedric Alexander more and not this Alicia Fox crap.
Like, what is with that?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't even know where they came up with
that angle right there, along with, like, if you go to SmackDown, and we'll jump back to Raw, but the whole Carmella Ellsworth that they called it last week, like, that's just sick. All right? I mean, Alicia Fox and Cedric Alexander, like, Alicia Fox is kind of like, I feel like that talent that just, they have nothing to do with. Like, one of those people that's on the WWE roster that they may have fired 6 years ago, but just keeps hanging around.
Right.
I mean, when is the last time she had a legit match?
Dude. I don't know.
Without beating up the tough enough people.
Gosh. Maybe when she had, like, that whole semi-crazy gimmick where she was stealing the crown from Jerry Lawler and all that. Yeah. and then it didn't really work out too well for her. But that's okay.
But I agree with Brian. I think if you're going to do cruiserweights and you're going to tout 205 Live,
yeah,
then it needs to be its own thing. You don't need to see 205 Live people every week on Raw.
Right.
They need to be on their own show, doing their own thing.
Right.
Because all what you're doing to me personally is your matches are on Raw, and then your 205 Live is your superstars.
Okay.
Like you used to be. The Saturday morning wrestling show that nothing's going to happen on.
I don't know. Rich Swann won the Cruiserweight title on 205 Live.
Because Holy Foley was getting better ratings.
Not Holy Foley.
Now, I will say, though, that I am curious what they're going to do with Neville in all of this.
I mean, I like the angle. I like Neville coming out because he's the one that's got... And now you got Tajiri coming back.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it isn't to say that the Cruiserweight division's matches are bad. They're very good.
It's
They
just
shouldn't be on Raw.
Right. They just aren't fitting in with what Raw is bringing.
But if you look at it, it's the same thing Raw does.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Like, we have the Cruiserweight matches, okay? Then every week it's either going to be Seth Rollins versus Chris Jericho, or Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Right.
Or it's going to be... one of them is a guest. It's just, come on.
Yeah, I mean, okay, T.J. Perkins and Brian Kendrick was maybe fun the first 2 or 3 times.
But he's had his last time.
Right. And so is T.J. Perkins. And I would rather see Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander or Tony Nese
right.
or Gulak or the English Gentleman or, whatever.
How about the Gentleman's Duel on 205 Live? Did you guys catch this?
No, I haven't seen this one.
205 Live is already a great show. I love it. But agreed. No place really on Raw. Really doesn't need to be on SmackDown. Should be its own individual thing. 205 Live, Jack Gallagher on Raw challenges Noam Dar. No. It was Ali.
Ali?
Yeah. Challenges him to a gentleman's duel. This happens on Raw. The next night, 205 Live happens, and Gallagher comes out in street clothes, in very proper attire, gentlemanly attire.
Mm.
Ali comes out in his ring gear. So there's a table in there in the ring. There's weapons laid out. There's an umbrella. There's a pipe. There's a wrench. There's chairs. There's a flower pot. All this different stuff. Ali's ready. He's gonna he's going to kick Gallagher's ass. So Gallagher's like, no, there's rules. We're going to do this the proper way. Makes them get back to back. And they're going to take 5 paces away from each other, turn, and draw. And WWE's done a great job of promoting Jack Gallagher as a unique talent. And this just shows it. Because Gallagher, of course, takes 2 steps, knows that Ali's going to crack him in the back of the head because Ali grabs the big metal pipe. And Gallagher has the umbrella. Ali takes a swing and misses because Gallagher instantly ducks, catches him in the nuts, catches him in the face with the umbrella, sweeps the leg with the umbrella. I mean, this was great television. But to your all's point, really doesn't have a place on Raw. Doesn't fit with how they write that television. It could fit with SmackDown, but I think it would be overshadowed. And I think 205 Live is the perfect idea for them to keep that, just put that roster and leave it on that show. They're still WWE contracted talent. They can still be highlighted or spotlighted on a pay-per-view event, but there's no need to put them in a position where they're just fillers.
Well, I mean, look what they did to Ali.
Right.
Aaliyah, or whatever, on SmackDown.
Yeah.
She's an NXT superstar. They brought her up for a match against Carmella. But, hey, she's going to go back to NXT and fight.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, no, you're right. The other thing about the cruiserweights is, to me, they should really take a page on a Ring of Honor's book, on NXT's book, on a New Japan's book. I don't need 20 minutes worth of crappy story.
Right.
I would rather have 20 minutes worth of great wrestling.
Which is one of the reasons that the Cruiserweight Classic was such a big hit.
Correct, because every match, I mean, literally, you could start in that Cruiserweight Classic. The first match was good. Second match was better. The third match ramped it up, and that final match was incredible. That's all I need. That's all I want from y'all.
Yeah.
I understand the need of some storyline, and I'm okay with that. However, I don't need to know that Kendrick and T.J. Perkins were best friends for the 6th week running.
It's his last chance.
Yes.
It's his last chance, Brian. You don't understand.
They have the ability. They have the ability to literally each week put on a 5-star match.
I think the biggest mistake of the T.J. Perkins Brian Kendrick feud was where Kendrick asked him to lose to him. It's like you've already obliterated kayfabe all the way up to this point. It's already gone. But he's like, "Hey, I just need you to, just lay down for me." I was like, "What? That's dumb." First off, you're a bad guy. Why would you ever ask somebody to do you a favor? Secondly, it's a good guy that you're talking to, so you shouldn't be talking to him in the first place, but, whatever. Then T.J. Perkins is supposed to be torn. The villain has to be to help him. What do I do? Oh, are you an idiot? That's Kevin Dunn writing. That's who that is. I think it reeks of Kevin Dunn.
Again, I don't need big stories. I'm fine with 1 or 2, but I don't need the whole roster being battled in some stupid story.
Man, I'll tell you right now.
Look at it. Cedric Alexander is tied up with Tony Nese and Gulak in some story that makes
right there. Yeah.
But the storyline makes no sense.
Right.
Who cares about Alicia Fox?
What?
We know they're not really dating anyway. We're not stupid.
Hey, listen. Hey,
We're not
easy.
stupid.
Hey,
You're gonna get me in trouble. Suddenly it's gonna be my fault.
Hey, no.
Thanks.
We're the one.
Let me go on and Meltzer driver this through here. We know they're not dating. Dumbest thing ever. Because we know how it's going to end. She'll have really been with Gulak the whole time. Oh my goodness, fantastic.
Isn't
they
it
always end that way.
That creepy Scottish guys, Noam Dar. What?
Yeah.
He calls her sweet cheeks? What the hell?
Again, I'm thinking somewhere along the line, somebody left the WWE Creative Crate at one of these arenas. And so Vince has brought his book from the 80s to kind of just save us until,
here's what we're going to do.
They get to that arena again, they can pick it up.
I got to tell you, pal, it's going to be great.
Because the Brian Kendrick thing just stinks of broken Matt Hardy without, one, talent and funniness.
But he doesn't have a flag.
I
can't figure out what that flag is.
No matter how hard you try, WWE Shop will not carry that stupid thing. Okay? They will do glow-in-the-dark unicorn horns, but they're not doing your stupid flag. Okay?
What's
how many times have they sold Raw and SmackDown Live T-shirts? Okay? And, really, the week that they recorded SmackDown Live, they still called it SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
It wasn't live.
It was,
Memorex. But it's just, and granted, it's the same old thing, and we'll all continue to watch every week. But it's just, you've got such great talent. Why do we have to keep seeing the same 4 people?
You tout yourself as being the best in the world, yet each week we get hooked into watching mediocre product.
Well, you look at it.
Suckers.
You look at the whole women's division. All right, the whole women's division is supposed to be this revolution. All right, but with rematch stipulations and contracts. Those damn things are like revolving doors. Charlotte beats Sasha. Sasha gets a rematch. Well, then she beats Charlotte. Charlotte gets a rematch. Oh, Charlotte. We haven't had Sasha's rematch yet from losing it. Money in the Bank, whatever.
That'll come WrestleMania. That'll kick up WrestleMania.
And so then we trotch out Nia Jax out there to go,
Sasha, I'm mad at you.
She sounds like she's sucking a whole bunch of
for? All of a sudden, and they doubt her she whips from pillar to post everybody out there. She Braun Strowman's everybody.
No!
But then she comes out.
It's not a thing. Don't do that.
And she goes,
Sasha, I'm mad at you.
No backstory. All of a sudden, she's just mad at her.
I'm choking to death.
Well, I actually think it would be great is if Charlotte beat Sasha at a pay-per-view, and in pure Apollo Creed fashion, ain't gonna be no rematch. Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Well, I mean, here's the thing about the whole Nia Jax storyline that got me was it wasn't she came out to challenge the champion. She came out to challenge the loser. I'm like, hold on, I know you just got your ass whipped, but I'm gonna whip it next week too.
But again, though, look at the way that titles flop back and forth. You would think one of them would be like, no. This is your last time. Okay?
No, it really is
your last time.
Yeah.
Win or lose, last time.
So as we head into the...
This is the end. Your name's not Brian Kendrick. We can't keep going.
As we head to the bottom of the hour break here.
Bottom?
Just top of the hour? Top of the hour.
Dan likes to be on the bottom.
It's easier. Top of the hour break. As we head into it, one thing I wanted to point out to you guys, and I meant troll. So the WWE title history on their website, the Raw Women's title. I crap you not, sir. Alternating photos of Sasha and Charlotte. There's 4 different ones of each time.
Well, yeah, but if you look at some of the other lineage, in some of the other titles, you would have the exact same thing.
Well, back when you had the Triple H saga, the Triple H, Randy Orton, Mick Foley, all that. That's how it was. It was like 1 week it's this guy, 1 week it's that guy, 1 week it's this, and that's this. And one thing I've noticed about the WWE title is a lot of times when Triple H gets it, he gets a new title. Like there's the guy in the previous photo with the belt, and then there's Triple H Center with like the different design.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and head to the top of the hour break. When we come back, more discussion about...
Are we coming back? Is Eddie going to let us back?
He might have to. When we come back, we'll talk about the UK tournament and the WWE UK Championship. We're going to learn a little bit about these people. And we'll talk more about the Royal Rumble and all sorts of different things coming up. And Anthem! Anthem, damn it! Anthem!
And we're going to talk about Brian and Stan's favorite person, the T-shirt he's wearing tonight, Braun Strowman.
No!
And before it's over with, we'll be retweeted by Wendy's corporate account.
We'll be right back. Stupid Braun! Nobody likes you!
Where?
Pittsburgh!
Cleveland! What the?
It's Corner to Corner is live again. The Hour 1 is done. Hour 2 is here for you, and we are back.
Hey, by God, West Virginia! No, Virginia!
How long did it take you to come up with that? Corner to Corner.
They
Hour 2
borrowed
is here for you.
from something else,
Well, they steal from us, so
There's nothing original in showbiz.
Okay.
Still in showbiz, you're stealing twice.
Wow. That's clever.
It's true.
Go on.
So, we were talking
It's
about...
a nice man in China. Japan, sorry, so.
And if there was a camera here, he'd see me pointing to, because I don't know what to say to that, so I'm just going to keep going in the other direction. What were we talking about?
Eddie wanted to bring up a point.
Oh, yes. So we were talking about the women's title and the history and kind of how Raw seems to be stuck in like a rut. SmackDown seems to be moving it up a notch.
And then we brought up the fact of what lineage. Like, would
Eddie, what do you have to say about that?
Okay.
Like the lineage of the women's title. Does it go back? Does the Raw women's title go all the way back? Or
It's gonna
does
be
the
Raw.
SmackDown title go all the way back?
It's going to be the Raw title. Because the SmackDown Women's title is the newest one, so therefore they're going to branch it off. But they're going to have the Raw Women's title going all the way back to way past the Divas belt to back when it meant something all over again. And don't even get me started on that because I saw something on NXT that made me think, oh my God, it's a blonde Eva Marie. We'll talk about
No, she's black haired now.
Dillagaff.
So, Eddie, when we were talking about and complaining about Raw and SmackDown seemingly thumping Raw all over the place, why do you think it is that Raw just won't step it up?
See, here's one of the problems that Raw has, other than the fact that it's still 3 freaking hours long. Oh, and you made a point about Wrestle Kingdom 11 being 5 hours long. You should have been with me in Atlanta for the Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment Live event, Show of the Year 3. I didn't get home to Birmingham and into my bed till 4:30 a.m. Central Time. Michael Elgin and David Starr, the co-main event for the WXW Shotgun title, didn't get in the ring until 10 minutes after midnight Eastern Time. Much less get started because Elgin cut a very eloquent pre-match promo. But there have been some slight, subtle differences for Raw versus SmackDown other than just the length of time. And I figured this out going into this whole brand split. If you noticed, Shane McMahon has been the more popular of the two McMahon siblings. If you notice, anytime Stephanie McMahon comes on television, it's automatic boo. Anytime Steph comes on, you automatically feel that it's going to be an authority-type swerve.
That's because it has been.
Well,
the whole time with this split, Stephanie is the bad guy, Shane's the good guy.
Well, even
Shane hasn't been in the ring. Like, he hasn't been this is how we're doing it. It's been Daniel Bryan making the matches.
Right. I mean, Shane steps in every now and again, but Stephanie, and sometimes I wonder if this is more related to Mick Foley's health, because we do know that his hip replacement is needed, but he doesn't have health insurance. How can you be a full-time WWE non-in-ring talent and not have health insurance? How is this possible?
It's expensive.
It's very expensive.
I didn't say it was cheap. I'm just saying, how are you a multi-million-dollar company and a guy like Mick Foley, a Hall of Famer,
because they're all contracted employees,
right?
God, that sucks.
They're all contracted employees.
I just read.
You're right. It just it irritates.
I just read an article. I forget who it was talking about these big contracts with the WWE. Only the top tier guys benefit from those.
Right.
Because everybody else, well, by the time you take out hotel, plane, cars, right on down the line.
Not to mention taxes.
Right. They're only making $45,000. They're not, again, John Cena has got nothing to worry about.
Merch.
Triple H, probably The Undertaker, maybe a couple others. That's it. Everybody that's below a certain level is only going to take home $45,000.
Right.
Depending on how many appearances they make and how well their merch sells.
Right. And that's why for some people the indies or regionals is better.
More profitable,
right.
Yeah. But you see, in this stage of the game, especially Mick Foley, how does he not have some kind of...
He's got the money.
The story of Mick Foley being frugal and thrifty is known the world over.
Right.
Yeah, but he
How
may
does
be,
he
but
not
I don't
have
think
the
it's
money
But
to
here's
look
the
at the wife's
thing.
dog collection.
Yeah.
But see, also,
scary.
yeah, really.
Well, I mean, he went on Twitter because some lady heard the story and started
Right.
a GoFundMe page for his hip replacement surgery.
Right.
And he said thanks, but no thanks.
Right.
And he contacted the woman. He put on Twitter and he put on Facebook. He said, I know what she's doing. I know she's trying to be nice, but I don't need it. And she said, all of you who donated will get your money back.
Right.
He did say that. I just think it's one of those things. I mean, when you looked at the financials from WWE they released last year, Stephanie McMahon took no paycheck.
Right.
Like, she was not on the payroll. Triple H only made $200,000 less than Vince.
Jeez.
Okay?
That's why Steph took no payroll.
$200,000 less than Vince. But then Stephanie had over $300 million in stock.
Right.
Like, she owes over $300 million in stock.
Good Lord.
Vince owns, like, God knows how many billions of dollars worth of stock. But that's what it's like. She's not on the books technically. Like some other people run their business. They're not on the books taking a salary, but then they reap out of the other side.
And the other thing about Mick, too, is I don't know too many insurance companies in their right mind, when they see that name on that piece of paper, are going to be like, oh, yes, we're going to insure this guy.
They all hate the insurance companies. All hate Obama for now they can't do that pre-existing condition.
Thank
crap.
you.
They're like,
thank you.
Yep, it's official. We finally crossed the political platform. Obamacare is front and center.
We're bringing it back, though.
We're bringing it back.
13 more days.
You want to talk about it, but anyway.
You brought it up.
But I think, when you think about it, like when we talked about like someone like Cody Rhodes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Cody.
Rhodes.
We talked about it.
Right.
Well,
Reynolds.
the thing about him is he's an independent talent.
Yeah.
He's not signed with really anybody
Right.
exclusively. So if he's going to go to this place, like he's wrestling in England, London, or over there in Great Britain somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, then most likely he's getting the people who bring him over there to pay his airfare, his
Right.
hotel. So he's not paying any of that. So whatever he gets, he
His profit,
keeps.
Yeah.
When he goes and shows up to Global Force or wherever, they're paying his travel.
Global Force.
And he's probably not getting that little piece of paper with any tax on it. So
I'm sure there's
the
a lot of
IRS
cash
doesn't really
And then
know.
and now his shirts. All the shirts are pro wrestling tees.
And
The thing that surprises me is Gold Dust. Gold Dust still has pro wrestling T-shirts out there.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's an active WWE talent. But I think one thing is that there's no active WWE Gold Dust T-shirts out there. So
yeah.
You got
And
the
speaking
gold
of T-shirts, Cody probably is going to make a good 95%. Not quite 100 because he's got to pay for them, but probably 95 up in his pocket.
Yeah.
well, and his
He's
new
not.
shirt,
It's not 90% in Vince's pocket. He gets 5%. Whatever.
that new shirt sold out.
The American Nightmare.
The American Nightmare shirt sold out. The first day it was available, it sold hundreds of thousands of units. So I mean, but the thing about the WWE stars is you think about it, that's why they all carpool, and that's why. Oh, wait a minute! You want me to be on this ride-along TV show? Hell yeah! That means you're paying for the rental car.
Right.
Yeah, Mick Foley has probably shown one of the best examples of what life is really like for a lower card talent.
Mm-hmm. Still strikes me as odd. I mean, and I'm sure that if he truly needed it to go forward, that they would cover the cost. But it's
That's
alarming
why
to
he's
me
probably
that
told the woman to stop funding.
probably because they
'Cause
said we'll help you.
WWE's like, all right, we're going to pay for so-and-so's 7th stint in rehab.
Right.
We'll pay for your hip.
Yeah, and the other thing too is he may just pay for it outright.
Well, I mean, that's just
So,
it. He
you never
comes
know.
out there with his Facebook post and explains in length, in detail, about how, yes, he's made money and yes, he's doing these things, but at the same time, he does need the hip replacement, but he's elected to not do it at this time, and he's going to try to stay on television. It sounded to me from the post, which has since been removed, I think, that he was unhappy, or that they were unhappy with his performance.
Well, I think the fact is, just like any performance business,
And granted, this is speculation. I mean, I don't truly know if they're
it's any
unhappy or
performance
idiots.
business. If you're not on TV, you're not making the TV money.
Right.
You're
And they'll replace you.
the old books tell you the money was at the TV tapings.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you got the money. The house shows you got, except the one guy, was it Bill Watts and somebody that would guarantee, Ric Flair would walk out of there with $15,000.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day. But, like
I guess it's just
if you don't want to be forgotten,
right.
that's
right.
why you got the guys like, you got the Boogeyman,
He's gonna get you.
and you got guys that are still around getting that money.
Oh, you mean Jimmy Valiant? I'm sorry.
Hey,
The
Rob?
Boogeyman. I forgot
Rob?
a word. I'm sorry.
No, but there's those WWE talents that they'll use every now and then
Right.
because, look at James Ellsworth. You don't think he's like banking all his money right now?
I'm sure.
yeah.
I hope he is. He better be saving every last nickel.
And for the rest of his life, when he goes to these local feds, when he goes down to Georgia Championship Wrestling, he'll be billed as WWE superstar James Ellsworth.
Do have one small thing I do need to flip you on. For the most part, if you're, and this is coming from personal experience, television tapings, you don't normally make a buku of money. House shows are where you make more money because you don't have to worry about the production team.
Well, I think in this regard, I mean, I understand and I agree with what Rob is laying out, what Brian's laying out. I guess what's disheartening for me is a guy as seemingly valued by the WWE, is Mick Foley, would even post that he's in such a bad position. And maybe it's just more dramatics for him, and then they come to him and say, listen, Mick, if you really need help, we'll help you out. He then pulls the post down or whatever.
But I mean, to me, Foley was one of the first active wrestlers that kind of broke that little fourth wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, think about it.
Oh, he definitely did.
What was he, Mankind? And people were chanting Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
He appeared in the Rumble 3 times.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, I mean, his was one of the first times you knew somebody's real name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mrs. Foley's little boy.
Yeah. I mean,
boy,
he was one of the first ones to actually be like, I mean, he was Cactus Jack. No, Foley's, everybody knew he was Foley.
Yeah.
And then we learned he's Mick, and everybody's chanting Mick Foley, and he's Mick. Oh. He's Mick. I didn't do it first,
125-51. 125-51.
I wasn't first today.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I just think
Lord,
it goes
I
back.
apologize.
It just goes back to the old way of doing things,
I guess what's scary to me is you see a guy who, and I was talking about it on Twitter today, and Rob saw it. I feel like I'm in the minority. I can't stand Braun Strowman. I think he's boring. I'm the same guy that thinks Rusev's boring. I think they're boring. They don't bring any kind of charisma to the table.
I think they should put them together and call them the Boring Brothers.
I mean, they just don't.
The Boring Brothers
do
with the
anything.
bitch.
Rusev, his
Beef.
key was he was the unbeatable Russian. As soon as John Cena beat him, I lost interest. It just didn't make sense to me.
I don't want you to read it to me.
Brian's phone just pulled up John Cena. Siri's working overtime.
The man's listening.
Yeah, but to me though, you need a monster. At least one.
But Braun is awful. He's clumsy in the ring. He's hard to watch running. Watch him run the ropes. I'm afraid he's going to break his own legs.
But let me ask you
he's just
something.
Awkward.
If you were that big, right? How much of a true athlete do you think you'd be? As far as running, and jumping, and
it's not
getting
quite
up
like
off the mat.
It's not Great Khali-esque yet, where I think he's just going to break his own leg by walking. It's just the way he throws people around. And granted, these are squash matches we're talking about, where guys that are just they're paid to do this. But then he gets in there with Sami Zayn, and we already know that Sami Zayn, if we're talking caliber of professional wrestler, is 5 times, and that's putting it lightly, better than what Braun Strowman is. But why do we have to watch Sami Zayn get just destroyed?
Because
by Braun
somewhere
Strowman?
down the line, there's going to be a big payday for Sami Zayn beating Strowman. But to get there...
Why is there an interest in Strowman? Why?
He's a monster.
Vince likes the big guys.
All right, do you remember a few years ago when I would get on this Big Show kick?
Yes. Yeah.
And how he should not be losing to Rey Mysterio on a weekly basis. Or any of these other cruiserweights. But they would do it. He's a monster. Portray him as a monster and you're going to get a bigger payoff somewhere down the line.
I guess I just have a hard time, and I see it on Twitter a lot. I see it on, where people are like, you're walking around your house screaming, Braun, like his opening theme or whatever.
No.
But, like, I don't see it. I don't see the appeal. I don't see a kid going, oh, my God, that guy's scary. I see a kid looking at his dad, and his dad's going, man, he's a goof.
All right, so let me...
You know what I mean? I don't see it.
He's the guy that didn't say anything in the Wyatt family.
But let me try this. Let me try this. All right? So, he just keeps beating Sami Zayn to death.
Right.
All right? Over and over and over. Through the course of years, Sami just can never win.
Okay. God, I hope it doesn't last years.
Well, I'm just saying. The
Typical
two of them...
storyline, no.
the two of them are in a finals for the world title.
Right.
The final match.
And he finally beats him. That place comes unglued because it's the same stuff they used to do to Flair and Dusty. It's just different. Dusty didn't beat Flair all the time. As a matter of fact, you go back and look, Dusty got his butt beat probably a little bit more than he beat Flair. Mm-hmm.
It was a little even, a lot evener than this. However, Dusty was not there to beat Flair every time.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking...
And then when he did do it, those arenas would just go nuts for it.
Yeah, but Braun Strowman is by no stretch of the imagination anything close to Flair or...
I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying
We're still using the same booking book from
yes,
1975.
It's that
True.
type of booking because somewhere down the line, you're going to set up something and the place is going to go nuts. You can't tell me, oh man, we've seen Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman 100 times and Roman just keeps beating them. Yep, now there's a title in play and Sammy wins.
I think
Remember
Sammy's
when
gonna
Jericho beat Triple H? What did we do?
Yeah, we freaked out. Yeah,
We hit the ceiling.
Well, I think Sami Zayn will kick him out of the Rumble.
See, that's
I think
why
Braun will be in the Rumble and Sammy will come out and drop kick him and they'll throw him just like anything else. Because any
and then Strowman comes in and throws Sammy over the top rope into the crowd, and Sammy's dead.
Well, I mean, in any typical big guy thing, like when the Big Show, like Brian was saying, the Big Show's in the ring. Realistically, none of you should get him out.
Right.
Big Show should just sit there and go, F you guys, I'm going to sit right here.
Right.
And then everybody, but no, they don't. Eventually, everybody gets the big guy. Everybody powers against him to get him out. But I just don't see it. I don't like Braun. I've never thought it's good to have somebody build up somebody that goes from relative obscurity, and then all of a sudden overnight they're beating every jobber out there. And now you got him against Sami Zayn. Obviously, it's not realistic for Sami Zayn to win.
Right.
But, and then I think, back to the Raw general manager thing, the Raw ratings thing, I think what's going to happen is they're building it up to get Mick Foley off of TV. So therefore, he can get his hip replacement surgery and all that stuff. Therefore, you can say the reason they got rid of Mick Foley is because the ratings were bad, and we're bringing in somebody else. And then we bring in Triple H.
No!
And
Vicky!
Vicky!
Excuse me!
I say you bring in Triple H, therefore Triple H and Seth Rollins can then you
Have
have
their match.
you have Triple
The
H there every week making Seth Rollins live it life, live in hell.
Holla, 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 player.
Teddy Long! Now we got tag matches galore.
Teddy, we fired you. Ah.
Let me holla at you, player.
But just something. I think that's the way they're going.
Yeah.
I remember when Teddy had hair. It was horrible.
It was scary.
It was like a wraparound.
He was managing Doom, and he was a referee, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Wasn't good.
I remember he was the first referee to turn bad and stop being a ref.
Yep.
He was right before the Hebner thing.
Dang.
That's when he started managing Doom.
And before Nick Patrick. No, wait.
Danny Davis.
Thank you.
Danny Davis.
Thank you.
Danny Davis was first.
But I don't know if you could call the Hebner thing an evil ref, considering one was referenced in WCW or NWA, and the other was on WWF.
I think it's just production genius.
I thought it was amazing.
I mean, it was just Hogan. I mean, Hogan staring at, doing that Hogan face to both of them.
I'm surprised they don't try that more often with referees. I mean, just the whole dynamic of the two referees. One was DiBiase's and one was a straight up guy. And there's Hogan, and he's got both of them, and it's an iconic moment. It's just like Hogan slamming Andre. I mean, it's one of those things they don't seem to focus on as much as they do with Andre and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have. To me, they don't have a bad guy that would really gain merit from having a referee in the pocket.
Why not
A full-time referee in the pocket?
Why not Brian Kendrick?
Because we've just
Nobody
discussed
cares.
that we don't care, right?
I'm just
We
saying,
don't need
I'm
him.
thinking of a guy that could benefit for something like that.
Yeah, but
I guess I get
and
your
again,
point, yeah.
and again, talking about Brian Kendrick and his bad referee.
Man with plan.
How many times until
Last
T.J.
chance.
Perkins figures that one out oh, we've wrestled 5 more times and the ref is bad. Well,
I'm inclined to
It's the same ref every time.
It's the
I'm
same
inclined to
ref.
think that T.J. Perkins would take about 2 years before he finally figures that one out.
Depends on what's written in the
Right.
script.
Right, yeah, right.
Because
Well-
we're going away from the talent actually coming out and doing things from the hip. They read it exactly what's written.
Exactly. On their note cards, or as The Rock does on his hand. So we're going to go
Best
to our
forward.
last break of the evening. When we come back, of course, we're going to wrap this up with a nice, neat little bow and talk about
Keep
TNA.
close to yourself.
You got to talk about TNA.
TNA, bought by Anthem.
You wanted to do it. Now's
We're
your
going to
chance.
do it. So we'll be right back here on Corner to Corner on Beyond Ringside's Radio
Totally.
Network, ProWrestlingRadio.net. We'll be back in a minute.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Motor Fast Eddie Lane as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth Fast Eddie Lane with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
Welcome back to Corner to Corner. We are back from our last break.
That
of
was funny the
evening.
first 700 times he's done it.
It gets better every time. For me.
I'm so original, I can put my middle finger down for number 1. My name's Dan.
Apparently Rob's butt hurt. It's okay, buddy. Give you a
I'm
hug.
not butthurt, but you will be in about 5 seconds.
Whoa, whoa, it's getting awkward over here.
I'm coming across the desk.
Medic! Medic! Speaking of butt hurt, let's talk about the recent.
Talk about Stan, baby.
Acquisition.
Let's talk about you and me.
You are not right. You got problems.
It helps.
Let's talk about
Please
TNA.
Please
and
tell me somebody on this damn network who is right, other than Reverend Dan Wilson.
Who's right?
Yeah.
Me. And only me.
When he talks to himself before he's had his meds, yes.
Damn it.
Let me tell you what TNA. All right, here's TNA.
Oh,
Here comes our
TNA
fifth
stands
wheel.
for.
Here we go.
Rob,
TNA stands.
Man down the hatches.
TNA stands for right now.
What? Spit it out.
Come on.
You can do it.
We're waiting with
Don't
bated
lock
breath.
up.
Hanging on your every word.
Bated breath.
Never mind.
He gave up. Rob, you are our TNA correspondent.
That's right. Let's hear your thoughts, bud.
Not around long.
Not around
TNA. Well, this is what I think about the whole Anthem takeover of TNA. It's the same thing WCW did right before Vince bought them. They rebranded everything. They changed the way they did everything, and Vince bought them within 6 months. Anthem goes and says, "Hi, let's do this. Let's put this money towards it. We're going to put new logos on. We're going to make the gimmicks dumb as hell."
Wait, you mean Liberace and the manservant Rockstar Spud? Is it a brilliant maneuver?
Who
the hell is an Anthem? I want to know. Anthem
and then
says, we're going to buy it, but we don't know what the hell we're doing.
And we're going to take the Impact Zone and Impact Wrestling and turn it into, we have an owl or whatever the hell animal it is, and we're going to turn it into the stupidest looking logo.
I still
maybe they brought in the guy that did when Turner bought it, WCW, the older guy that did
Harvey Schiller.
Yeah, maybe they brought him in.
Wow, there's a blast from the past.
I mean, instead
I
of
was
Nitro
quite
Girls,
successful back in the day. I know exactly what the hell I'm doing here.
And instead of Nitro Girls, they're going to have TNA guys. They're going to come out going, no. Like,
it's the Lord of the
dumb
Dance
as
right
hell.
here on TNA.
Here comes Michael Flatley. Stupid.
What? I mean,
I hereby resign from my TNA correspondence duties and give that to Mr. New Japan. Since he has enough time to watch 5 hours.
1:45:26.
It was about 9, bud. That's why I cannot take your duties as TNA correspondent.
TNA's logo by itself looks like a pornographic Smurf, in my opinion. You got an outstretched...
That's because you're a perv.
Well, maybe, but it looks
Stan
like
is
Smurf that,
dedicated.
is doing something.
Stan
Anyway,
goes to TNA websites every now and then just to throw the FBI off all the porn he goes to.
Perv.
Wait, but it's...
All right,
but
get
it's
back
T
to...
and never mind. The point is, with TNA's buyout, you got a bunch of people that don't know what the hell they're doing. So Dixie Carter might as well have never left. By the way, she did resign. Goodbye, Dixie. We won't miss you.
Ding dong, the witch is gone.
Wait.
But who's back?
Wait.
What?
Did we see the storyline where Vince brings Dixie in to replace Mick Foley?
Oh my God!
As the general manager?
You're fired. Get out! Get out right now! No.
I mean, it worked for Eric. Why would you? It's lightning in a bottle. It's guaranteed to hit
only
work
if somehow there's a trade and AJ
God,
Styles
is this
comes
Vince
to
Russo
Raw.
booking?
Only if AJ Styles comes to
Hell.
Raw and he goes, "Tell me I didn't just see that." That would be the best moment ever.
This stinks of that dude that showed up on Nitro that was supposed to be the JR ripoff.
And Ferrari.
Ed Ferrara, Montana.
Oklahoma. Chair.
But think
Chair.
about it. Think Vince could announce her, and then here comes Ron Simmons.
Damn.
Damn.
So you've got a repackaged Aaron Rex, who, by the way, in that presentation, Aaron Rex was a great wrestler.
Haven't seen him.
Now, he is a Liberace type guy. Rockstar Spud before the buyout. Pretty good cruiserweight kind of wrestler. Now, manservant.
It's also because Dixie Carter also took the wardrobe with them, so all they had was like...
She did take the greatly in debt American Express card, so now they can't pay for.
We'll always have King Maxwell.
Ah, yes, King Maxwell. Undefeated, might I add. Yeah.
That's why he's the manservant, because he lost to King Maxwell.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he got mad. Maybe he got the what do they
King
call?
Maxwell?
No, maybe maybe Rockstar Spud got mad that he was putting over a baby. They said, "You know what? We're not going to tolerate this." To the manservant came for you.
Let's
Because Disco Inferno's like,
Even I'm not doing this.
like, dude, you
Speaking
screwed
of
up.
King Maxwell, though, I want y'all to think about what a terror he's going to be if he stays in the family business. In his first contract, he's about like, look, I was kicking butt at 2 years old. 2.
What's funny is years from now, they'll have a Rockstar Spud will come back going, now it's my payback time. Hey, old man.
King Maxwell is going to be an older brother.
Yes.
He
Did
is
they
going to
announce
have. There's going to be yet another Prince party in the Kingdom of Hardys.
Hey, it's the Hardys.
It's
We all
the
care.
broken family.
The broken family.
We celebrate brokenness with the Hardys.
We should congratulate him.
Congratulations.
With delete.
Delete.
Ow.
That's how sad
By inner
TNA's
deletion.
gotten. Jeff Jarrett rumored to be on the return to TNA.
No, I think he's there.
After
I don't think it's a rumor.
Global
Here's the
Force
thing, when he
did
was running
so
it-
well.
I think he's
When
back.
he was running it,
It was better.
it was better.
Not much.
It was on the
but
way
it was
up.
better.
And then they gave it to Dixie.
Well, I mean,
And
if
Dixie
you,
brought in Hogan, Flair, and all them people, and it went right back down.
Yeah. Hey, they should start the segment, though, where they show him at the same restaurant that he was eating pancakes the last time when he got booted out. Y'all remember that one? When Hogan and them come on?
no.
Yeah, they did a segment like he was in a pancake house or something eating, and that's pretty much, that was it. They were bye-bye, Joe.
Maybe he comes out and he's got syrup in his hand.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Ham it up, kid.
I just got out of that restaurant. I'm here for a
Y'all
match.
locked me in the bathroom, you bastards.
Wait a minute. Where's Hogan? Where's Bischoff? I hate this place.
I mean, look at what Jeff brought to the table.
Guitar?
His dad's mom.
AJ Styles, Samoa Joe,
Jeremy Borash?
Bobby Roode,
Mike,
Bobby Roode!
Mike today,
Glorious!
James Storm.
James Storm,
America's
Chris
Most
Evans.
Wanted, Triple X.
Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian.
Chris Sabin.
Mm-hmm.
Team Canada, P.D. Williams, Scott D'Amore, Bobby.
Yep.
He brought great talent. Who did Dixie bring to the party?
Hogan and Bishop.
Serge.
Rockstar Spud.
Carreto.
Didn't what's his name?
Inch
Brutus
Meat.
Beefcake. Didn't he show up once?
He showed up when Hogan was there.
Yeah. And the Nasty Boys.
Yeah, because they all, you know, when you get Hogan, it's a package deal. You get Hogan and his beasts.
You got Bobby Lashley. Well, this just in.
Dun, 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 dun.
Breaking news.
Fresh off the presses. Here at Corner to Corner Radio, we are bringing you
Hey, folks.
breaking news.
Alberto Del Rio
Has signed with TNA.
has not arrived at TNA.
Oh.
But there
He
was
has arrived at his
A
probation
signing.
hearing.
a 30-minute Iron Man match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship
Between Ethan Carter and Eddie Edwards.
between Eddie Edwards and Bobby Lashley.
Oh, God.
Again?
Your winner and new TNA World Champion,
Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley.
Wow.
Yep, apparently Anthem learning
So the
all
next-
kinds of lessons.
The next week's news is for sale. One wrestling organization doomed to fail.
Free to a good home.
But
Slightly used.
But you know what's interesting about this?
Mildly abused.
God, what's interesting about this is Eddie Edwards just challenged the Hardys.
With Davey Richards
Right.
as his partner. Yep.
The Wolves are back. The world title's gone. So now is he going to stay in the tag team division? Or
Not
is he
for
going to
long.
break out for singles?
Davey Richards is headed to retirement. This is his last year. Eddie Edwards
Makes
also
as much sense as Enzo and Cass in single matches.
That is true. That is true.
That's a great point. Eddie Edwards, former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, now former TNA Champion. I told you, TNA, this is why I hate the fact that you tape so many shows in a row, because everything leaks. Everything.
Eddie Edwards, say yes to Vince.
Well,
next time.
Amen.
wasn't the other day like semi-live or something?
I think it was actually
That was a
live.
repo man.
Yeah, this past
It was a
Thursday
live
was live.
Yeah.
So,
Just
I don't
because they
know.
put live at the top of the screen doesn't mean it's live.
I don't know when it's going to air. Maybe it's 3 months from now. Maybe it's a month. Maybe it's 2 days. Who knows?
They're all live from the bingo hall down the road.
Maybe that's what they should take a step back.
That's a great idea. Take them out of the impact zone because the impact is not really felt.
May I?
And you make no money.
Stan,
Yes, sir.
may I? Brought this up.
Make you what?
I brought this up on Beyond Ringside Live a little while ago, and I felt that the appropriate move would be to take them back to Nashville. The reason being, and here's my logic on this one, Universal Studios is a great place to visit, but I don't want to live there. If it were in Atlanta, Nashville, or Birmingham, or possibly even Tallahassee, it would be in more of a hub city.
That'd be okay with me.
Orlando, unfortunately, being 2/3 the way down the Florida Peninsula, is only a hub if you drive straight down 75 or if you fly in.
Peninsula.
From that vantage point, if they go back to Nashville, find a way to get something similar to the Asylum where it all began on those 2-hour pay-per-views every week. $9.95. God, I loved them. I still have a bunch of them on VHS.
I think that's still some of the TNA's best programming was their weekly pay-per-views.
It was. And because you had to put more pressure on yourself to perform. If you tape, you can be a little lackadaisical. Oh, damn, I can fix it in post. But if you go live, even if it is on a 2-hour pay-per-view, every Wednesday from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock Eastern, $9.95, it gets the point across that, hey, we realize this is real. We realize you're paying money to see this, so we know we're going to have to be on our game.
I mean, they could just as easily do like House of Hardcore does.
I think
do
I've
one
got it.
maybe twice a month.
I think I've got it. I think I know how to fix TNA.
Close it.
No. Bobby Lashley comes out, goes on this 15-minute tirade about what TNA used to be, spits on the title, throws it in the trash, rebrands it True TNA, and every match will feature women
Jarrett.
in bikinis. We would love it.
So you're saying HLA would make a fabulous return,
Yeah.
only to TNA.
Steal a page out of ECW's playbook. This lineage of this title means jack. Right in the trash. Now we're going to show you true TNA. Girls in bikinis.
I'll take the Lingerie Football League for $500, Alex.
Thank you very much.
It would make money.
It would make money.
Wouldn't make wrestling money, but it would make money. Your clientele would change a little bit. The kids in the crowd would now be
They're making
30-year-old.
money. They're making money.
men.
What do they care? It would be successful.
40-year-old men.
It
They're
would
making
be
more money
successful.
on their crowd than they are right now at the Impact Zone.
Yeah, your kids in the crowd will be replaced by men in rain jackets.
Or trench coats.
Same thing.
Men wearing women's T-shirts.
Anthem would be like, damn, this is the first time this company's made money in about 20 years.
So it'd be NC-17 for the first outing.
Why have we ever had a Fed like that? Maybe that's their niche. Maybe they
WXW
need
used
to
to
go.
do it. Or, yeah, WXW.
Why am I not surprised that you would know that little tidbit?
This is where having these kind of knowledge tucked away is not a good thing.
Tucked away, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What company did you say?
Kind of like you on date night, how you tuck it away.
Wait a minute. What company? Stan, what company did you say?
WXW?
No, that's Westside Extreme Wrestling. The one you're thinking about is NWWL, the Naked Women's Wrestling League.
There you go,
Yeah,
Stan.
see, I'm learning something new there. I'd never heard of that.
He will Google it when he gets home.
Videos are gone.
As he stands in front of the mirror.
Hey, shut up.
Would you?
This is
Even Siri's going to be like, I can't do that, sir.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Parveler.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, you guys suck.
No, but I hear you do.
Oh, gotcha.
Die!
Oh.
They're just too sweet at each other.
Of course they did.
Yeah, it's getting awkward over here. I don't know what to say right now. It's kind of an awkward moment.
All right, so let's get to the
Dark
Rumble.
time.
Let's get to the Rumble.
Rumble.
Let's talk some speculative storyline, fantasy storylines.
Fantasy storyline predictions.
We'll put them fantasy storyline.
Okay, but before we do that, real quick, there is rumors. We haven't heard anything official yet of 2 Hall of Fame announcements. One being Diamond Dallas Page, the other being Ravishing Rick Rude. I think for all parties involved here at the show, we definitely are saying it's about damn time.
For both.
Correct.
For both.
Mm-hmm. I will agree with that.
Let's stick with Brian's topic. Fantasy, predictions, storyline, whatever. Heading into Royal Rumble. Rob?
Stan, go first.
All right, I'll go first. Goldberg wins the Rumble. challenges Kevin Owens for the title at WrestleMania. Started big. Kevin Owens is next.
I don't think that happens. I don't think Brock, like I said it before, I think Brock and Goldberg go fighting. They eliminate each other somehow. And then they move it on to WrestleMania.
And I think Owens will face Jericho at WrestleMania.
I think Jericho wins.
Jericho wins the Rumble. That has interest to me. I like this. Go with it. How does it run? How does it happen?
Then what happens is Rollins, Owens tries, you need to go after AJ Styles. You need to go after AJ Styles. Imagine the best friends having the WWE titles on both shows. And then Jericho realizes, wait a minute, I don't want to leave SmackDown.
You mean Raw?
Right. Whatever. Why can't I just go after yours? If it's we're supposed to hold it together no matter who has it.
It's all good in the family, right?
It stays in the family. Yeah.
I like that.
That's actually pretty good.
Like where your head's on it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Brian.
I'm going to go with one we discussed off air.
Okay.
I think Balor returns.
Balor.
And with the help of the club, Balor wins the Rumble and faces Owens at WrestleMania.
Aha.
Yeah. The club's the last couple people in.
Mm-hmm.
Balor comes out. The club eliminates everybody else. Club looks at Balor, and they eliminate
maybe
themselves.
Square up. Maybe do some little
shenanigans.
Too sweet.
Yep.
And out they go.
Yep. That's what they would do, shenanigans.
Because remember one night when Balor was on Raw, the club goes, they were like this.
And he walked away.
And he goes. And he walks away.
Yep.
And if you pay attention to their Twitter accounts, they're constantly bringing up putting the club back together. And I can't think of a better time than at the Rumble.
Brian's ball.
In preparation for WrestleMania.
Eddie,
Nice. I like it.
you've got to stretch here. You got to reach down and find a random fantasy prediction.
Wins.
That's just awful. What do you think, Eddie?
Give me the setup one more time.
You've got to pick a Royal Rumble fantasy prediction storyline.
Hornswoggle.
Nah.
Something that could happen.
Something that everybody would care about.
He is the king of small style. You must respect
Get the...
He almost said it. He was that close. I almost got him. I almost did what Robin Bryan couldn't do, and that was get Stan to drop the F-bomb. Then it would have been a trifecta. Kind of like the PMSing hookers on ESPN radio.
Wow. Okay.
Just kidding.
So
Damn.
many jokes.
I don't even know what to say right now. So your prediction is Hornswoggle?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Prediction, Kenny Omega come out 29th.
Oh, wow.
If that happens, somebody's going to get beat up at wherever we watch this at.
When the
I'm
Rumble...
going to get a broom and whack somebody with it.
When the Rumble happens, of course, Corner to Corner will be live and on the air, doing our play-by-play as only we can. I guarantee you if Kenny Omega comes out, there will be mass hysteria, dogs and cats living together. It will be ridiculous.
Thank you, Dan Aykroyd.
And I'm telling you, you will hear the broom break as I rake it across somebody's face.
And that'd probably be mine, because I'll be the numbskull that goes, what? No!
And from that vantage point, don't be surprised if just for ishes and giggles, Daniel Bryan's number 30.
I saw something on Twitter today that just made me laugh. What if, to your example, number 30, Daniel Bryan's music hits, and out comes The Miz?
Yeah, I saw that too.
That made me laugh, and I'm not a Miz fan, but that would kill. That would destroy the crowd. You would see them freak right out, and then as soon as The Miz comes
You
out...
might have a riot.
Golf balls, batteries.
You might have a riot on your hands if that happens.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Well, we'll have to pay attention because, you You can tell as the match ticks on if Miz doesn't show up.
Now,
This is the same company that touted all year that
It was me, Austin.
Brian's chance, and then throws him out number 15.
Right.
No, that was so funny.
now
Poor Roman.
let me go ahead and throw this one at y'all. And I was going to do this during the first hour, but I figured we'd do it during the home run segment. And by the way, for the record, for everybody listening live, in case you missed the announcement earlier this evening, the Midnight Black Mass 2017 premiere will be tomorrow night, January the 9th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Central. So, and no, that doesn't mean we're going to go after hours. and there went Brian's heart right there.
I was too. I was eyeballing everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Just hit the desk.
I know you were. I had a hunch on that one, too. The question that I started this past Tuesday on Back to Basics. Think very clearly, and I do mean the entire realm of professional wrestling and sports entertainment. This ain't a WWE, a Ring of Honor, a TNA, a New Japan. This is not a one-company question. This is in the realm of professional wrestling. Who is your personal most valuable player? And if one doesn't cut it, give me your top 3 and why. Spur of the moment question, but I tell you what I'm going to do. As we are staring at the top of the hour, 2-minute commercial break. No, we're not going after hours.
But we are.
He's sitting back going,
I'm getting them all out under my breath.
I know, I can tell. I can feel the disturbance in the false loop. You're doing
And I
the
didn't say fudge.
You mean fudge?
you're doing your Yosemite Sam, and I'm very proud of you for doing that. So tell you what, I'm going to give the guys a couple of minutes to think about it. Folks, hang tight. Overtime on Corner to Corner in just a moment. And welcome back into a special overtime edition of Corner to Corner Radio. Show producer, hijacking the show. Welcoming back, in no particular order, hey Rob.
What up, homie?
Hey Brian.
Hello.
Hey Stan.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hey John Boy. Hey Mary Ellen. Hey Grandpa. How's the rest of Walton's Mountain? Hopefully not still... by the way, y'all haven't said anything about whether or not you had to dig out today.
Nah.
No.
Y'all got gypped?
Yeah.
So did I. Oh, by the way, got a message a minute ago. And by the way, hi Rev, what's up? Want to remind everybody, the 2017 premiere of the Midnight Black Mass will be Monday, January the 9th, i.e. tomorrow, still in all time zones domestically. And the special guest for the Reverend Dan Wilson and Andrew Alexander will be the Strong Style Psycho Tank. So be sure to check it out tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Central, the Midnight Black Mass. The question on the table was for the guys to name their personal most valuable player for calendar year 2016. Or if they can't come up with one. Okay. So from there, I'm going to do this in a purely scientific manner. I have selected a number between 1 and 2016.
Only 2016.
Whoever comes closest wins. And Brian, you pick.
Let's go with 2001.
Stan.
500.
Rob.
1977.
And Stan would be the closest at 500. The number I picked would be 420.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Puff, puff, pass, man.
There you go, baby.
My most valuable player for 2016 has to be
My right hand.
Broken Matt Hardy.
Broken
Because
Matt
had
Hardy.
it not been for the Broken Hardy's, the Broken storyline, TNA would be in the grave, 6 feet under, and nobody would be talking about him except how Vince bought them. And who could have ever thought that Matt Hardy would be able to reinvent not only himself, but his brother and make himself not only relevant, but a main event and major player in the professional wrestling world, not just TNA.
And that it would be Matt Hardy, not Jeff Hardy.
Exactly. So for me, it's got to be Matt Hardy.
You're next. You were second closest.
My most valuable player for 2016,
Sandgrove, yes! Woo! I'd like to thank the Academy.
James Ellsworth.
Oh,
No.
I lost to the Chin Man. Damn.
Nope, didn't have a chin.
Damn.
I'm just going to go AJ Styles. Because with him where he was, when he was, it was able to break the brand split. Because think about it, if they had done the brand split with the current roster they have, who would have been the standard bearer on SmackDown?
That's a good question.
So.
Okay. And Brian?
This is probably not going to come as no surprise.
Dixie
but
Carter.
I'm going to take the Elite as a whole
Okay.
for what they have done in New Japan, Ring of Honor, all these other little places. The Jacksons have titles. The fact that Omega won the G1 Climax. The fact that he put on a great show with Okada. And because of that match, New Japan Pro Wrestling World picked up, I believe they said, 10,000 new accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something crazy
Like
than that
that?
number, yeah.
And
Let's see.
they put on solid performances.
Which leaves us to you, Eddie.
Actually, I had a three-way this time and
Whoa, this is awkward.
there you go.
What was his name?
Oh, snap!
Well, the first member of that trilogy was actually Broken Matt Hardy. For all of the positive attention that he managed to garner for Impact Wrestling, not to mention the fact that he managed to reinvent himself in such a manner that nobody could really copy it, not even WWE, in their infinite wisdom, he basically just ran off with it. The closest thing that you could even get to where Matt Hardy was Kizarny/Sin Bodhi. Long-time friend of the show. Always great to talk to him. And actually, Sin Bodhi will be coming back on Back to Basics in the next couple of weeks because there is going to be a live event in Las Vegas, and he's coming on to talk about it. Number 2, the current Raw Universal Champion, Kevin Owens. Because of the simple fact of life that he managed to break the glass ceiling from hell, saying that guys of his stature and size, proportionment, would not be a true champion in WWE. He was the anti-WWE champion. But he has shown through his own style, his charisma, which I don't think they've begun to tap half of it yet, and the way that he carries himself in the ring, he has proven that you don't have to be the WWE to be a champion in the WWE. And my number 1 overall, I can sum this up in 3 letters. NXT. I can sum it up in 3 more letters. Nah. I'll say it in 3 words. Cruiserweight Classic. For everything that he has done, I talk about Owens shattering the ceiling. Hunter broke down walls this year. And I mean steel walls, concrete walls, brick walls. Broke down barriers with other companies. And WWE, thanks to the efforts of Triple H and those around him, is genuinely becoming world wrestling entertainment. Cruiserweights coming in from all over the globe for the cruiserweight. Now you're also trying to get a little bit more exposure for 205 Live. NXT bringing in all the way from different parts of the country: Ireland, Scotland, Germany, the UK, China. They are now coming in, even though it's 217, doesn't really qualify, but still those talks were in place before this. Japan, Australia. They are genuinely becoming all over, more than anything else, world wrestling entertainment. And now you add the UK championship tournament to the lineup, the women's championship tournament to the lineup for this year. I have to sit back and say, for everything that he has done, because he's done one thing in particular that Vince McMahon could never do. He has taken the world of professional wrestling, and to everybody who has sat back and looked at their screen going, that should be me, the phrase is now, that can be me. Think about it, guys.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Good day.
Good day.
Props to Trips.
Well done, sir. Well then, 2016 absolutely sucked. Except we did good. We had a year, I think.
The end of 2016 blew chunks.
What?
The end of 2016 for me blew major chunks.
You and me both, buddy. But as we head to 2017, only a week or two in the process, already some amazing wrestling action.
I will still be fat.
Brian will still be non-committal on notifying us of his Twitter account.
Correct, sir.
And it'll still be my show.
You are correct.
Stan will still be bald.
Damn it.
But let me ask you something.
And all by myself.
Is it really your show if I get you to tell them my Twitter account?
Mind blown. Morpheus,
Right out
no.
the
Folks, we want to thank you very much for listening to us, for downloading, for supporting the YouTube. By the way, our unboxing of the most recent Loot Crate is available on our YouTube page. Currently, the YouTube page is located at youtube.com/ I believe it's user and then srub18. Reason being, when we first started doing it, we were just uploading the shows. It is also available, our shows itself are located through the Beyond Ringside account. We have seen growth on our show. We have seen people from Canada, Japan, the Netherlands, Brazil, Russia, Pakistan, Baghdad.
And Kenny, I know it's you in Japan. Call us.
Too sweetest, bro. Not to mention California, Minnesota, New York City, down in Florida, Georgia,
New York City.
Alabama,
Get a rope.
North Carolina. You know they love us in Charlotte.
They love us.
It's been an amazing...
I just love to be in Charlotte.
What's that?
I just love to be in Charlotte.
You know, I'll do that too.
Dirty purse.
At least I'm talking about a gorgeous blonde, okay?
Right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the city.
Well, that too. It's a gorgeous city. A little violent, though. Just saying. A little uncomfortable every now and then.
Especially after a Panthers game.
Hey. See? Just for that, I'm rooting against the Falcons.
Unless, of course, you're Grayson Allen.
Wow.
That's one game suspension he got.
Yeah, that's one too few. I would have sat him down for at least 3.
That'll probably cost him a couple million in the long run.
Yep.
Well, and also you saw what happened last night as the Blue Devils were on the court. Little tick turd threw a mule kick.
Mm-hmm.
Mule kick?
Yep.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you very much for your support of our show. We look forward to seeing you next week. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, sir? Huh?
I didn't know we were doing video. Holy hell. I would have
Hearing
brushed
from you, talking to you, whatever.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, we do video.
We do video.
We're challenging. We're going to the next step.
We're evolving.
Then we could show you dog spot.
And your liver spot. And a sunspot.
And your bald spot.
No, nothing wrong. Man, he pegged you, your bald spot. Do that one out there.
You can follow Rob on Twitter at
Rob Hefner.
and on Instagram at
RDHGWP.
Brian can be found at STRCP21. He's not on Instagram.
BrianLikesHugs.com.
Brian MikeSykes.com. Of course, you can catch up to me on Twitter at Stan from Krypton. Corner to Corner on Instagram, cornertocornerwrestling.com, Corner to Corner Radio Show on Facebook, and also you'll be noticing a directory put together by, I'm sorry if I mess up this screen name, Hugh Little Sheet, Sheet. He's putting together a web directory of wrestling shows, podcasts, and networks. I talked to him earlier today. Interesting development he's got going on, so that should be interesting. I'll be throwing out a website here and there, try to help him out, get his name out there, so he'll help get our name out there. And with that, thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you. We will see you next week right here on Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio.
Turn out the lights.
The party's over.
Yeah, that's an actual song too.
Are you not going to do the for Rob and for Brian? You're just going to say goodnight?
Yeah, we're just saying goodnight.
Oh, okay.
It's Stan's show. I mean, he can say whatever he wants. Forget Brian and
Because
Rob.
he usually takes that comment out and post anyway.
Yeah.
I do? I don't even know how to do that.
He, usually he just says, "Oh, sorry, man, I couldn't upload the show, so I just had to record it all by myself."
For Rob and Brian.
For Rob.
And Stan.
No. We shouldn't have.
I'm trying to give you the final thought, but nothing's cool.
Oh.
I tried to make up for it, guys.
Screw you for judging me. You don't have to balls on me.
So I guess that's Brian's take. And for Eddie?
Good night.
And Stan, who likes cuddles.
Ciao. Bye.